Good morning, welcome to the Area Securities Markets Update. Beginning with the Asian session, as always, there were a few economic releases from Australia which had a slight impact on the Aussie, while the early morning hours saw a significant volatility, especially on the yen pairs. Beginning with Australia's fundamentals, the jobs report came in for the month of October came in better than expected, or slightly better than expected. The employment change added 24.1 thousand new jobs in October, comparing to a decline of 23.7 thousand jobs in September, while the estimates were to add around 20.3 thousand jobs only. The full-time jobs also increased by 33.4, while the part-time jobs fell by 9.4 thousand. Participation rate also ticked higher towards 64.6, up from 64.5, while the unemployment rate stabilizes at 6.2% in October after revising September's reading toward 6.2, up from 6.1. During the early morning hours, the yen pairs had a notable volatility. The dollar yen spiked up above 115, reaching as high as 115.50. However, the pair eased all these gains and fell back toward 114.50s as Nikkei 225 also fell sharply by 1.3% so far. In the meantime, the choppy trading is likely to continue throughout the day, as all eyes will be headed toward the ECB decision later today, which may come in with some surprises. As for the European session today, there are a collection of economic figures will be released today, which is likely to have a notable but at the same time it's going to be a limited impact or for a short period of time. And as all eyes will be headed toward the ECB decision later today during the European session. Beginning with Germany, the factory orders may rise by 2.2% in September, and after a sharp decline of 5.7% in August, which was the biggest monthly decline since 2009. However, we believe that the increase may come in also less than the market estimates. In the UK, the manufacturing production may rise by 0.3% in September, comparing to a rise of 0.1% in August, and the industrial production is also expected to rise by 0.6 or 0.5% in September, comparing to no growth in August, which would be the biggest monthly increase since 2 months always. The key events for today, or for the session today, is basically the ECB and the Bank of England decisions. Both are expected to keep the current policy unchanged. However, the recent economic releases from Europe, at least from Europe, in addition to the end of QE in the US and the QE expansion in Japan, suggests that the ECB may intervene again with a full QE today. The ECB Press Conference also will be released today, or will be held today at 13:30 GMT time, and if the ECB kept the current policy unchanged, all eyes will be headed toward Mario Draghi, as if he will hint, or the market will be waiting if there is any hints about a full blowout QE in the next few months. Going forward to the US session today, there are a few or three economic figures from Canada and the US which might have a notable impact on the market as well. In Canada, the building permits is expected to rise by 5.2% in September after a record decline of 27.3% in August. The IVEY or the manufacturing PMI in Canada is expected to rise slightly toward 59.2 in October, up from 58.6 in September, which would be also the highest reading since October of last year. Finally, in the US, the jobless claims may decline slightly toward 285,000 last week, down from 287 the week before. This is it for today. You can follow us on our social media sites, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, to get the latest economic releases, reports, and analysis. And we will be publishing our special report about the ECB decision and the Bank of England decision later today. Thank you all for watching today. We'll see you once again tomorrow.